talk about
Here, welcome back. Happy Friday, baby. Happy Friday. You already know what it is. Today we're gonna do something a little different because the NBA is about to start up next Tuesday on the 18th, October 18th. The NBA is starting back up, and I wanted to, give my predictions on this upcoming season since I am a heavy Laker fan, but I'm gonna be objective, of course. I'm definitely gonna be objective, but so I'm gonna start with the Western Conference just because the Lakers are in the Western Conference. So what do I think? Who's gonna take it? I'm gonna go the heavy favorite. You know, Las Vegas odds. Vegas odds. I want to say they have Golden State winning it. Because they're reigning champs and things of that nature, which is cool. I do think they have a strong team. I will say that with this incident with Jordan Poole and Draymond Green, I think that's going to you know disrupt some things. I mean, that stuff is common. You know, players fighting and stuff like that's common. I mean, I done I wouldn't say fights like that, but I've had my share of pushing and shoving in basketball practice. So there's nothing out of the ordinary when it comes to teammates fighting. That's normal. Seriously, that stuff is normal. Um, how the video got leaked, that's a little weird, but um, I think that that's gonna be something that's gonna be looming over their heads, during the season for Golden State. But I still, I'm not surprised that Vegas has them, winning it in the West or winning it all. Um, who else we got? Okay, so Golden State, yeah, I can see them making it back to the finals or at least to the Western Conference Finals. Um, the Clippers made some. As much as I hate the Clippers because I'm a huge Laker fan, the Clippers they did they they're gonna be looking alright. I'm not even gonna lie. They're gonna be they're gonna be alright because Kawhi's back, Paul George is back, and they picked up John Wall. I was kind of hoping that Rob Pelinka pulled that trigger and traded for John Wall, that swap, that the Westbrook and John Wall swap, because I'm a fan of John Wall. I like John Wall's game. Um, I don't see I don't see anything wrong with you know I don't see anything wrong with John Wall's game. I think it would have complemented LeBron and AD, but I guess we'll have to see how he pans out on the Clippers. Yeah, they. I'm not gonna. I know. Some of the sports analysts got the Clippers being the biggest threat to Golden State. Sure, I guess if if you say so. I mean, that's that's all dependent on Kawhi's health. Uh, I don't want to say Paul George's health because Paul George isn't injury prone like that. Not that I've seen. So, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, you still got. I mean, you still got Phoenix out there. Phoenix is, you know, they're. I like Phoenix. You know, Devin Booker, CP. I don't think. I don't want to say CP now. They're looking at him, and I don't want to throw out the word overrated because I think CP is a phenomenal point guard. He's going to go down as one of the best point guards out there. But I think I think if he doesn't win next year or this upcoming season, he may need to think about calling it quits because you he's he's older. I think I want to say he's around the same age as LeBron, 37, 38, around that age. And if you're not on a team that's going to compete like that, then you might as well think about, some retirement here and there. But let's see what other teams we got. Let's see. So we got talked about, Golden State. Dallas is a team to watch. You got Luca. Matter of fact, as much as people rave about Luca, who's on that team? Who's on Dallas? And I'm not saying that they're scrubs. It's just because Dallas isn't my team. I don't track who's on that team besides Luca or besides the superstar. Okay, you got Luca, Reggie Bullock. He was on there last year. Spencer Dinwiddie's pretty straight. JaVale McGee, that's my guy. Um, Tim Hardaway Jr. I don't see, and this is just going off of the list and just looking at the roster and, of course, seeing how they played last year. I don't see I don't see a threat. Now I could be wrong because that's what happened with the Lakers last year. They was good on paper, but ass when it came to, the actual game. So I don't know. Dallas, I don't see Dallas going there to the finals. But let's talk actual threats in the playoffs. Um, of course, you got Golden State. That's they're the reigning champs. Um, I'll throw the Clippers in there as much as I don't want to. I'm not trying to be biased here. I mean, I'm a basketball fan, you know, first and foremost. So I can be objective. I could see the Clippers making some splash in the playoffs. Golden State is, excuse me, most definitely going to. I could see them making it back to the at least to the Western Conference Finals. Who do I got in the conference finals? Let's see. Um, Golden State. I would love to see Golden State and the Lakers. I think the Lakers can. I just this is me personally think that, and you could say I'm being biased or whatever, but I just seen a report. ESPN just put out a report that they're gonna for the preseason season finale or the preseason finale tonight. They're gonna try Russell Westbrook off the bench and see how that works and how that pans out. I think it's a phenomenal idea. I think it's great. Um, just because Westbrook needs the ball in his hand. He needs the ball in his hands, and he's not going to be able to do that if you got, LeBron on the court as well. So I think with that second unit, him come out there, I think the second unit is Who's in that second unit? Depending on who they're starting, that second unit is Max Christie. Who else? Austin Reeves. What big man you got in there? I guess you can. I guess you can, depending on who they start, which is probably going to be Damon Jones, unless they, are trying to. Because Darvin Ham did say something about having AD at the five sometime this season. So I think that second unit, I want to say it's going to be Westbrook, Max Christie, um, uh, Toscano Anderson. I want to say probably on that second unit, and then Thomas Bryant. I think that's not bad. I think I think that can work. Give Westbrook that opportunity to stretch his legs a little bit, get warmed up, get comfortable. Of course, he's gonna make his mistakes, his turnover mistakes and stuff like that. But if he gets in that rhythm and he has that space and that opportunity to have the ball, majority of the time, bringing it up and setting that pace. I think that's gonna work well for them. I think that's gonna work well, and I hope that it pans out and we tear it up. Well, first we got to make the playoffs because we missed the play in last year, which ultimately we missed the playoffs. So we got to redeem ourselves. We got to come back and at the bare minimum for Laker fans, bare minimum is make it to the playoffs just to get better than last year. But once you make it in the playoffs, Laker expectation goes back up. Okay, now we're in the playoffs. Now we got to win. So once we make the playoffs, it's go time. Laker fans gonna be like, all right, we don't want to just win one series. Nah, it's back to that normal expectation of Lakers in the playoffs, Lakers winning. So I think that's a good idea. Darvin Ham, I see Darvin Ham as he's shaking things up a little bit, and I love it because you need that. You need he Frank Vogel didn't have that control. I don't think. Yeah, it was good that he implemented what he needed to implement to allow us to get that win last year. I mean, not last year. Sorry, 2020, the quote unquote bubble championship that everybody hates on. But yeah, he implemented some things. But Darvin Ham, he's coming in and he's making his presence known, which is a good thing because superstars like LeBron James and some and the Westbrooks of the world, they need somebody that's stern and that's not going to take any crap. So I think Darvin Ham is right for the job and he's doing a good job so far. I've seen some spurts and some spurts and some good looks in the preseason so far. Tonight's their final game, but I've seen things that I like. Some of the pace that they have. Um, yeah, there's still things that we need to work on. I hope that we can still try to find some shooting. I mean, season starts next week, so unless Rob got something crazy up his sleeve, then we'll see. But yeah, my prediction, at least for the Western Conference Finals, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Golden State and Los Angeles Lakers. That is, just because I there's you got LeBron and AD, and this is if everybody's healthy, and I'm not just saying it for the Lakers. I want everybody in the league healthy because if everybody in the league is healthy, then there should be no excuse on, um, oh well, if it wasn't for injuries, we wouldn't been able to see this and this. I don't want no excuses. I want to see hooping. I want to see some balling out, no injuries, everybody's full strength, and then we'll really see who got it in them, who got that dog, who got that mamba in them. Because there's not too many people out there. Kobe was a different breed. Jordan was a different breed. Those two were different. They were animals, monsters, dogs, beasts. Like so, if everybody's healthy, everybody's at full strength, then we'll hopefully get to see that Battle of LA fully healthy. We'll get to see, you know, what Zion can do with the Pelicans. Speaking of the Pelicans, I mean last year they made the playoffs and they made the playoffs over us. I believe they made the playoffs. But yeah, they made it over us and they were showing signs of some progress, and this is without Zion. You know, Brandon Ingram was a former Laker. Now he's been with the Pelicans. I want to say for 4 years now, 3 years, 3 4 years now, and he's balling out. He's taking control of that franchise, and then you got C.J. McCollum came in, and now you got Zion, who's gonna be fresh off of taking his healing time, and he's fresh off of injury, so it looks like he lost some weight or got back in shape, I guess, because he was looking kind of chunky, but that could just be that New Orleans food, I guess. But even before Zion got injured, Zion was putting up numbers. He was um, extremely efficient. I want to say he was averaging like 18, maybe. Let me check. Let me check real quick, because not for nothing, Zion was actually putting up numbers before he got hurt. So let me see Zion's stats. Zion Williamson. Let's see what you was putting up. Hold on. These no, these aren't preseason. Because I don't think he played in a preseason game. Matter of fact, that's crazy. So his 2020 2021 stats was 27 7 and 3. That is insane. Like those are some phenomenal numbers. 27 7 and 3. I don't know how many games he played last season, but by the looks of it, looks like he played he played enough. But yeah, 27 points. Yeah, he was going nut. So you add that to a good looking Pelicans team, sky's the limit for them. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't even lie about that. They're gonna be pretty nice in the this season. I will say that. Um, a lot of people are high on the back to back MVP Jokic, and I'm not hating on him. Um, but Denver had a nice run um, in the bubble, and then I think it was last year or the year before, the year after the bubble. Jamal Murray got hurt, and Dallas hasn't been. I mean, not Dallas. I'm sorry, Denver. Kind of, you know, I don't want to say it didn't look good, but I mean, Jokic can't do it by himself. But yeah, Jokic being the back to back MVP. Do I see them going far in the playoffs? They'll have a good season, but in the playoffs, where it really matters, The West right now is just like pretty heavy. But then again, the West has been like that for since I've been since I've been alive. You know, the West has always been stacked, minus that Jordan era. But yeah, the West has always been packed. So I don't see Denver. I mean, Jamal Murray is back, so it could change things. So that's I mean that's a plus for Denver. Who else we got that can make some splashes? Utah's out the picture now because they don't have Rudy Gobert. He got traded to the Timberwolves for a shit ton of picks, which was I guess you could say smart on Utah because they're in a rebuild, just like Danny Ainge did a couple years ago, getting all those draft picks, and OKC did it um, as well. But Utah's not Utah. I don't think is going to be anything anything crazy because Donovan Mitchell's gone as well. He got traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. So what else we got in the West? So mm, Memphis made a splash last year. Ja Morant is incredible. He he is like the modern day Iverson with hops. Now, granted, Iverson did have some hops, so don't sleep on Iverson's hops, but they're not John Morant's hops. But in terms of excitement and wanting to go see a game and watch a game, John Morant is gonna give you that. He can dunk. He's got some handle to him. He improved his shooting. But Memphis is a team to not sleep on as well when it comes to you know the playoffs or just this season. Some a team to keep an eye on because John Morant and company they they're a young team and they got some pieces. Still got Steven Adams as your big man. I did not know they got Danny Green. I'm looking at their roster right now. I didn't know they had Danny Green, but he ain't. He's not game changer. But yeah, you got Jaron Jackson Jr., Dylan Brooks, Desmond Bain, who showed out last year, who kind of made a name for himself last year. So they got a nice young squad. John Morant is leading that squad, of course. Yeah, they're a team to not say they're gonna make a huge push, but then again, I could be wrong. That's the thing. I could be wrong. So yeah, to me in the West, yeah, the West is heavy, but in terms of who's gonna make some noise, make a statement, there's only a few teams that you think of. You got Golden State. You got both LA teams got something to prove. So go both LA teams. You got the Pelicans to a team to look out for, um, and Memphis. So you got Golden State. Matter of fact, and Minnesota because of Rudy. That's a I don't know how or if they have the coaching and the ability to work together. But Cat and Rudy Gobert, Carl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert is a good. That's a nice little Twin Towers type. You know, it's crazy down there, but can they work together? I mean, you got Cat who likes to shoot threes. Rudy cannot shoot threes. So I mean that could work. You can by spacing it out, keeping Cat. Definitely don't sit him at the damn 3 point line. That'd be a mistake. But you don't have to have him sitting in the paint all the time because you have Rudy now down there. So it's gonna be interesting to see. You got Rudy, Cat. You still got D'Angelo Russell, which is cool. Um, so yeah, they got a nice little a mini three, 2.5. Minnesota, yeah, Minnesota's not bad. So yeah, there's only I say five: Golden State, the two LA teams, Phoenix, Minnesota, Dallas. I mean, yeah, you got some. Yeah, the Western Conference is always going to be stacked. So and with that being said, that I'm going to light a fire under the Lakers because that's my team. I could talk shit about them if I want to. That's my team. Um, because they didn't make the playoffs last year or the play in, they got a lot to prove. So don't be you don't want to fall under 6 or 7 seed and sitting there trying to fight for a playing spot because nah. So because it's so stacked, we got a lot to prove. LA, they better do what they got to do. All I know. Clippers, I hope. You know what? I hope there's no injuries for the Clippers. I just don't want them to be better than us. But yeah, I think so. My prediction is for the Western Conference at least, the Western Conference Finals. I got Golden State and the Lakers coming out of and coming out of the West. I give a slight edge. I give a slight edge to Golden State right now because they got the shooting, and this is just prediction before we even start off the season. And the craziest thing about that is about my prediction is that's gonna be they open up together. They open up against each other on Tuesday when the NBA the regular season starts up. That's one of the games. It's Golden State and LA Lakers. So we'll get a glimpse of you know what to expect, and that can be a gauger. Yeah, it's only the first game, but it could be a gauger on if the Lakers can keep up with the pace of the reigning champs, and for for Golden State, they have they can gauge and see are they still on that track? Like, are they still you know looked at as the champions? They can gauge it that way. So it's gonna be a fun night, and it's gonna be a good. I cannot wait for the season to start. But yeah. Now let's take a. We're gonna get on the Eastern Conference. We're gonna take a music break real quick. Let's see what we got in the chamber. So let's get to it. Here, and we are back. Let's get back into some basketball. We're gonna talk about the Eastern Conference now. So who we got in the Eastern Conference? Who I got coming out? It's a mix up for me. You got you got Milwaukee Bucks with Giannis and his team, and then on the other end you have Brooklyn. You got KD, Kyrie, Ben Simmons. I mean, it's all up in the air. I do have them both in the Eastern Conference Finals. So, but in terms of who I got in the East this year that is gonna make an impact and make some noise. I mean, I think my sleeper because of the addition of Donovan Mitchell. I think Cleveland is gonna be a team to look out for in the East. I just seen that Lamelo Lamelo Ball got tweaked his ankle or got hurt. So hopefully, you know, he can heal up and it's not as, you know, or the injury. Hopefully, it's not that bad that he can recover real fast out a couple weeks and then he's back in it. Because I could see Charlotte doing something. They're not gonna do anything crazy, but they're a team to look out for, just because of Lamelo and how exciting he is to watch. Philly is another team that could upstage, you know, either Milwaukee or Brooklyn. I mean, you got Joel Embiid. You have James Harden. He jokingly said that he lost 100 pounds or something like that. But he was joking about that because people were getting on him last year because he looked like he was trying to get his way out of what was it, Houston at one point, and then Brooklyn. So he looks good. Um, so Philly is a team to look out for. You got PJ Tucker, James Harden, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Tyrese Maxey. Like they got a squad. Philly got a squad, so that's a team that's a team to look out for. Um, yeah, the Eastern Conference has gotten better over the years, and there are some teams now that it's not just so top heavy. The Eastern Conference got some teams. You got Miami, Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, uh, Bam Adebayo. New York, the Knicks. What can I say about the Knicks? They haven't been great. I mean, they got players that are exciting to watch, but in terms of saying, "Oh yeah, we got to turn on this Knick game," nah, nobody's doing that unless you're a Knicks fan. Atlanta Hawks with the addition of Dejounte Murray. Um, I think him and Trey can be a good mix. Can be a nice little backcourt, and also with John Collins. I think Atlanta can make a nice little impact in the East. Nothing heavy. The biggest thing, the biggest talk for me in the East is what's going to happen to the Boston Celtics. With the loss of their head coach due to suspension, how how is the new coach? I don't even know who the new coach is or the interim coach is, but coming off a season that they had last year, you know, with the rookie coach like Ime Adoka, them starting off rough last year and then him making his adjustments and then making it to the Eastern Conference well, making it to the finals actually uh was impressive. So it's going to be hard to see, or it's going to be interesting to see if they can keep that momentum. Is the locker room down? Is the energy? Is the vibe? The chemistry? How is that going to be effective? So Boston, they have the talent. I don't know if they have the coach though. So my predictions for the East is different in terms of how many teams there are that are somewhat of a contender. Boston is one of them, but there are factors may dictate, their outcome with, the coach, the coaching situation and things of that nature. So, but yeah, Eastern Conference Finals. I got no, I got Brooklyn and Milwaukee. Now to make it out of the East, to make it to the finals, to meet my Lakers, hopefully. um, I would love to see a Brooklyn LA finals. That'd be dope. You know, KD, Kyrie, Ben Simmons against LeBron, AD, Westbrook. That'd be beautiful. That's what was predicted last year, but that clearly didn't happen. The Lakers didn't even make it to the play-in nor the playoffs, and the Nets got swept in the first round. So that didn't happen. So hopefully this year is going to be different. Hopefully everybody is healthy, no injuries, because that's what kind of screwed up everybody's predictions, even Vegas odds. That screwed up everybody's outcome last year, was injuries and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Brooklyn to make it out of the East. Now, if Ben Simmons can figure out a way, I don't know if he's got to smoke, if he's got to get some cheeks. I don't know what it is, but Ben Simmons got to get out of his head, because it's not that he cannot shoot, he refuses to shoot. So if he can work on that mental aspect of his game, combined with KD's abilities and Kyrie's abilities, I think they have a shot. I do believe that they have a shot, and it will be interesting. Now, will I like I said, I would love to see a Lakers Brooklyn battle in the finals. I would also I would also like to see Golden State go back to the finals, just because, you know, just seeing, back to backs is always nice. I mean, Jordan did it twice. He three-peated. Uh, Kobe, Shaq did it. Kobe did it with Powell. I mean, LeBron and D Wade. Shoot, even Steph did it, but he did it with KD. So it would be nice to see that battle, but it would, for KD's sense, I think for him, he needs to win one without Steph. So I think for him, winning a championship is important. Steph did it this past season without KD, and I think in the basketball world, basketball fans look at that like that win this past season that Golden State had, and what Steph did, and winning the Finals MVP. I think that meant so much more to him than winning those two with KD. So I think KD has to have that. He has to have his own championship, and that championship not be tied to Golden State and Steph and Clay and stuff like that. I think that I think that's important for him. Of course, he may he may say, "Nah, I don't really care about that," and which is fine. But deep down, I know he probably wants one by himself, just like any other basketball player would. Like, I want a championship that I can say I did this by myself. Especially with those type of superstars that do the I'm gonna go to a different team and win, or I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna team up. So, but all in all, this basketball season, I'm looking forward to it, because you got new faces on new teams, and players coming back from injuries and stuff like that. So I hope, like I said, everybody stays healthy and we get just some good basketball. We've been missing that. We've been missing battles with Kawhi, LeBron. We want to see stuff like that. We want to see those. We want to see Zion dunk on some of these premier players, these superstars, and stuff like that. We want to see that. So it's going to be exciting to see how Zion's going to play for the Pelicans. How the Clippers are going to look with Kawhi being back, Paul George being back, and in addition to John Wall, John Wall being on the team. Then we also want to see Cleveland with the new squad that they got with adding Donovan Mitchell. We want to see how that works out. Their mini three, Mobley, Garland, and Mitchell. It'd be nice to see that. The return of Jamal Murray for Denver Nuggets. It's going to be interesting to see that. Hopefully for Brooklyn, Ben Simmons can stop being afraid to shoot. Seeing that dynamic, because they have KD and Kyrie haven't really played all together that much, and then just with with Ben Simmons being out all last year, it's going to be nice to see them coming together and seeing that type of chemistry that they have. Then you got the Timberwolves, see that front court with Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns, see how dominant that could be or not be. It's going to be exciting to see that. What else we got? I think I want to say those are like the headliners and things to look out for. Now with the Lakers, seeing if Russ can have a bounce back season, seeing if he can adjust his game or adjust some of the mistakes that he was doing last season, seeing if he's mature enough to say, I was tripping. Let me fix some things up for the betterment of the team. Of course, they all say that when it comes to interviews and stuff like that, but are they really applying that stuff? So it's going to be nice to see how that pans out, and if there may be some moves in mid-season that may shake up the NBA. But I want for the start of this season, for the Lakers at least, because it's going to be opening night. They're playing the Golden State Warriors, but not only is it opening night, it's ring ceremony for Golden State. So that night, I hope the Lakers are watching as, Golden State is receiving their rings, that they're watching that and get hungry and get fired up. That's what I'm hoping. So before I close this show out, I wanted to leave y'all with a quote from Nipsey that I wanted you guys to sit on and see if it does something to you. So it's, be truthful with yourself and other people, and try your best to make decisions outside of your ego. That's just something that y'all could just think about. Let that sizzle in your spirit a little bit. But thanks again for listening to another episode of Let's Talk About It with your boy.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.